Hey, pipe smokers in the YTPC. Um, I made a video, like a recap video of Chicago, but it was like super long, and I didn't really feel like going through it and editing and trying to shorten it up. So I'm going to just kind of bypass the recap. I might mention a few things in this video, but Chicago was awesome. It was a ton of fun. Um, they did a really great job celebrating the 30th anniversary of the show and of the club, and it was just a super good time. A couple highlights. I got to hang out with a lot of people I haven't got to really sit and hang out with. Um, One being Gary, old in the way, old and in the way. You got to sit with him a little bit on Saturday. I became a member of the Chicago club, Chicago Tobacco. I can't remember like the full name of the Chicago club, but became a member mainly because I wanted. They had like lapel pins, and I liked to collect those. And they, so I think I had asked about it if they were selling them, and they said they're like $20 or something, $25. I can't remember. And then they're like, or you could become a member of the Chicago club and receive the pin for joining. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'll do that then. Because I've been wanting to go to um, the they meet every month, like third Saturday of every month, and I'd love to start going to some meetings because it's only probably a 3 hour drive or so for me. Um, It'd be fun just to go for it's usually like the same weekend that Indiana has their meetups, and but ours is every other month. So on the off months that Indiana doesn't have a club meetup, I can go hang out in Chicago. Um, so I think I'll do that in the future. Um, yeah, hanging out with Gary was fun. Um, Hung out with if you guys listen to the Pipes Magazine radio show, you've heard of Spike and Mrs. Spike. So I got to sit with them for a good minute and just talk in the smoking tent. So that was really nice. It was always nice to see them and catch up with them. I saw them in Columbus last year, and it was more of just in passing. We didn't get to sit and talk too much. Um, but this is nice in Chicago. I got to really spend some time with them. Um, yeah, I don't know if I can name everybody that I got to hang out with. The Briar Ginger, Tyler. He's a Instagram guy. A lot of people thought we were brothers. So that was pretty fun. Hanging out with Jason Patrick a little bit. Um, I always want to hang out with him more, but he's such a busy guy too. I did get to go have dinner with him and another big group of guys. It was a lot of fun on Friday night, going to a brewery that I've been to before in past shows. Um, Hung out with Kevin Foster there, and Stephen Cashwell, Paul and Chris from Pipes of Old, Grunewald Pipes. Gosh, Adam from Get Piped came along. Nate, I rode over with Nate and Justin from Pipes, Pours, and Pals. So that's always a good time spending some time in the truck, hanging out and just talking about whatever. So it was a lot of fun. Andy SC83, probably heard his name on other podcasts being mentioned and in forums and stuff like that. um, he he brought a bunch of cigars, which was awesome. I got to smoke a few Cubans over the weekend. Over that weekend, and so that was really really nice of him. Um, Met a lot of people I didn't think I'd meet. Jim Inks was there. If you guys are familiar with Jim Inks, I can't remember his name's Jim. I can't remember his last name, but he's a cartoon artist, um, and he probably has the most tobacco reviews on tobaccoreviews.com. So if you ever went to a blend and like wanted to read the reviews or anything, he's usually has a review posted for that tobacco. So he was there. It was pretty cool to kind of talk with him a little bit. I should have asked him some more questions about just about his review style and his all the tobaccos he's tried. Um, but we just kind of talked about some other stuff. But yeah, it was a good time. I won't go through all my acquisitions, but I will show a pipe that I picked up in Chicago from Ben at Redeemed Pipes. This is a Neil Monnier garage made pipe tool on Instagram. Um, I had a Neil Monnier last year at Milltown. I picked one up from Ben. I smoked it a few times. It was Lavat, but it was a very large bowl, and just didn't smoke it as very much. So I ended up trading it back, and had some other pipes I sent him, and had some credit. So I grabbed this with the credit and some tobacco from him. Yeah, much more my style, much more my size. Still a decent sized bowl, so I could smoke this for probably an hour and a half maybe. Um, Probably closer to an hour. But what's funny is this was Tyler, the Briar Gingers. He had this that he traded into Ben, so that's kind of funny how we were like, you know, basically looked like twins all weekend, but we also like the same style of pipes. And I'm going to crack open a new tin, Ellipsis Flake from Greg Pease. So this was, I think, the number 4 in the Zeitgeist series. I think the only ones I've had in the Zeitgeist series so far has been the Bankside and then Horizons. I haven't gotten around to opening up Geometry. It's a plug, and I just haven't had the time to sit and. I mean, I have other plugs I smoke, and I just when I go to open up a new tin, that one is always there, but then I decide to open up a different one and smoke that. So I probably some loud ass vehicles around here. Um, but I think I was listening to the Get Piped podcast this week, and he had mentioned this being a really good morning smoke. So I thought I'd give it a shot. Try it out in the morning. No hiss because it's pretty new. This is oh, that smells really good. Yeah, this is, well, I guess a cup or at least a year. Wow, I didn't realize this has been out that long. Well, that smells delicious. That I don't know why, but I thought this was more of a English blend. I don't know why I thought that. So I'm I'm pleasantly surprised it's not. Been puffing on this for few minutes now. Just went out a little moist, so maybe some dry time might help. But the tin note smells great. It smells like real fruity, almost like a get another whiff. I want to say fig, but it's like it's not. It's most tobaccos I think go well with coffee. But I was thinking this is going to be a Latakia blend. I didn't do much research on it. I didn't really read the tin, apparently. So I was thinking coffee is going to go pretty well with it. It goes well with it. I mean, I can drink coffee with most tobaccos. Hey guys, these kids we're on summer break now. It's only been a couple days, but it's rainy outside. It's supposed to be rainy kind of weekend. Kind of bummed. I planned on doing some stuff outside with getting a garden started, and I know the kids are excited about that. And then also I was going to pitch the tent in the backyard and have a little camp out with a fire and all that stuff for we'll have a 3-day weekend to do it. So we'll see if it dries up a little bit tomorrow. We can maybe do a camp out for one night. But anyways, back to this Ellipsis flake. Yeah, it reminds me of like some spices that I got from a tea I was drinking earlier this week. So I got really interested in like Chinese tea by coming across a couple of videos on Instagram, and I think it intrigues me because it's like a ritual, much like pipe smoking. Like I didn't understand the reasons for pouring so much water. I guess like pouring water into a cup thing, and then just dumping it, and then putting water in the tea, dumping it, and then more water on the like already soaked tea, and then pouring it into a cup and then drinking that. Like I didn't like that. So that's like the process. I didn't understand it. So what was really cool about the Chicago Pipe Show, they had it's known for its seminars, and they had a tea and tobacco pairing seminar, which sounds like a great idea. I think it went pretty well for the most part. There's a lot of things that they can learn from that seminar because they couldn't boil water fast enough. With as many, there's a lot of people at that seminar. I think if it was a paid seminar, it would have kind of weeded out some of the people who really weren't interested. They're just kind of hanging out, smoking at a table at the in the special events tent. So I hope next year they have if they do it again next year, I hope they have a better way of doing it, I guess. But I ended up getting a tea set and been playing around with it and been enjoying it. I need to get more tea though. I'm just using like, I don't know, like it works all right. It's like I was using like just tea bags, which is like more like the English style, but using that with the Chinese set. So there's like a crossover thing. I don't know. I don't know much about tea, but I do know that this tobacco has many notes in this tea I was drinking. Um, so I think this would pair really well with morning tea. I think, or any day, any time of day tea. This might be a long video still. I was gonna do a separate video for this part, but I'll just add into this video, and hopefully you guys stick around because it's really cool. Um, cool project, I guess I'm doing. Um, we have a a pipe an email for the pipe club, and every once in a while we'll get people reach out about how they can join the club or stuff like that. But it's pretty join the mailing list and you get emails of where we're meeting the next meetup because we meet around the state. But every once in a while I get email about people trying to sell pipes or something like that, or they're thinking that we'll buy pipes because we're a pipe club. But this lady reached out and she's trying to sell her husband's meerschaum pipe collection. And he passed in 2006, and she's been holding on to this stuff it's up in the attic or upstairs somewhere in storage. And she's realizing that she needs to get rid of it or try to sell a lot of it. And like her grandkids and her kids have already gone through and picked out what they wanted. None of them are really interested in pipe smoking, but they just kind of they think it's a cool, you know, cool to have a pipe from their dad or from their grandpa or something. So I went over and went through her collection, and a lot of cool meerschaums. A lot of he wasn't a huge pipe smoker. I don't think. I think he's more of a collector because there's a lot that are unsmoked, but there's some that are well loved. Um, so I was trying to get a plan for her to help her sell some of this stuff. So I'm going to have a table at some shows coming up. But the first thing I'm trying to do is these will be up on 10 bids because I don't know any better way to do this or get her the most money she can out of some stuff. But he has a huge collection of pipe books and magazines, and I think that's where most of the value is, if I'm being honest, because meerschaum pipes they sell for cheap, especially the older ones. I mean, there's some that are like there might be like a Dunhill Meerschaum or Peterson or something like a brand, but most of them are under $100 or 150, something like that. So I think her books that she has that were his are where she's going to be making the most money. And so I'm excited to go through these books. And so yeah, she had a lot of pipes and tobacco magazines, which I'm looking forward to going through these. And probably I think she said we're going to agree on an amount that I can either take a couple items. I'm mostly interested in some of these magazines, but this one is like it has Tolkien, which is super cool. And then also a huge stack of like the old pipe collector NASPC magazines. But this is what's really interesting. This is the Pipe Smokers Empress, volumes 1 and 2, and just yeah, this is super cool. For any big collector, I would love to have this, but I cannot afford it because I know how much it could probably go for. But I would love to. So it's kind of cool to I can probably read through it, flip through it a little bit before I send it off to whoever buys it. But yeah, yeah, both volumes, and this is really cool. This is the custom built pipe story. And Bill Unger was the custom built guy, owned custom built pipes, and I guess he was a friend of his. There's a little handwritten note from Bill, January 2002. So pretty cool, pretty cool going through all this history, and that I'm just excited to do it. So yeah, and then he also had a lot of these humidor jars. So I'll be probably taking a lot of these to pipe shows. Maybe see how they can, but they're kind of cool. Like they open up right there. There's like some grooves where they kind of pull in and then kind of turn it into the groove on the inside of that. And you can twist this and it kind of tightens it. So pretty interesting. A lot of cool painted ones. Yeah, he has a bunch of different ones. It's just crazy. So yeah, when I get these, I'm going to be taking some photos of some of the stuff that I have now and putting them up on tin bids probably. So if you guys are interested, that's where you can check it out. Yeah, that's it for me today. And I wanted to do a quick check-in video and talk about a few things. So Indiana Pipe Show is coming up pretty quick, September 11th and 12th. Hopefully see a lot of you guys there. I'll do another video talking more about that later on. But anyways, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.